No room for error in their job. Having to deal with
Bro, I saw this clip the other day of this cop or whatever.
have little to no room for error.
Bro, people were saying like, oh, this guy's like Chad, whatever. That is not Chad. Bro, this guy's like breaking like a bunch of fucking rules and protocols and shit. What even is that?
In their job, having to deal with life or death situations.
You shared your
daily.
screen on
But
Discord
what
and it says
happens
I
when
can
the cops
clip
mess up
things
and
in
accidentally
here.
arrest the wrong
fuck?
person.
Hey, yo, that's some bullshit. Get up, put your hands on the car.
Starting with the controversial case of Patrick Mumford.
Oh, because you don't do
Patrick was
that.
just getting back home when two officers confronted him, claiming there were warrants out for his arrest. What the cops didn't realize, though, is that the warrants were for a completely different man. But this didn't seem to bother them.
What's your name? I'm going to ask you one more time. We probably need to talk to you. So,
Let me
what's your name? Stand up. Turn around, put your hands in the car.
What happened?
Patrick is justifiably nervous here after suddenly being confronted by multiple police officers, but still manages to give the cops his name. However, they decide that they don't believe him, and instead of asking for an ID or trying to confirm his identity in any way, they immediately decide to do this instead.
What the fuck?
Man, what I do? Y'all ain't telling me what I do, man.
You got a warrant.
He just came back from his probation officer.
I got taser. You coming out? You coming out? Come out.
Get your hands out now. You got 3 seconds. Hold on, man.
3
seconds. Do not reach. Get up. Put your hands on the car. Show me the warrant.
Come out.
Show me the warrant.
2.
Show me the warrant. All right, take me.
All right, move. You coming out or not?
Stand back.
Come out. You got a warrant.
I'm not telling you again.
You better get out of the car.
Y'all ain't let me know.
I
Get
just
out of
annoying
the
him.
car. Get out of the car.
Man, y'all better leave me alone.
Get out of the car.
Man, y'all better leave me alone, cousin.
Yeah, I get it. He should listen at this point and then just deal with the problem later. But you could see that you could say he'd be very frustrated if he's already dealing with a bunch of issues and he did everything correct that day. You could see how that day could be going wrong for him, and he doesn't like that. I think you could get that for sure.
It took just 38 seconds from the police making first contact to giving the order to tase him. According to the cops, Patrick was given numerous reasonable opportunities to comply with officers, but because of his resistance, they were left with no choice but to stun him. But even after being tased and detained, the cops still aren't finished roughing Patrick up.
Something was going on, man. Just stop me, man.
He keeps reaching for his back.
Ah!
Quit resisting.
I got him, guys. Just search whatever he's going for.
The cops searched Patrick to try and find whatever he was reaching for, assuming he was hiding a weapon of his own. But predictably, they find nothing other than his wallet. This would end up being a blessing for Patrick, though, as inside his wallet, the cops found his ID.
I just seen this fucking lady.
Patrick Mumford.
This lady not gonna tell me that I got a warrant. I just seen her.
Jesus, this guy.
How long I had a warrant?
I don't know if you got a warrant, because you're not who I'm looking for. But here's the deal. When we ask you for ID, because you look a lot like the person.
He doesn't have to give it to him.
You give us ID. And when
No,
you start this whole fighting nonsense.
What? I don't think he has to actually. What? Guys, I don't think he has to.
Dude, all you had to do is give me this.
But the way you came up asking me out of nowhere.
Remember, the cops never once asked for Patrick's ID during the initial interaction.
Probable cause of what? Of being black when they're looking for a black man? Of being a certain height when they're looking for like what probable cause, dumbass? If it's not even the correct address, like what are you talking
In a
about?
later report, the cops also stated
I
that
don't
they
even-
were
I'm
worried
confused.
he was reaching for a weapon when he was shuffling back in the car. So, do you think they would have been okay with him reaching into his back pocket for his wallet? He wasn't given any chance to correctly identify himself, but now the cop is
The probable cause could be like maybe do have the correct address, right? And they see some guy that matches the description or whatever, right? I'm not being dense. You're assuming a lot because you know a lot of the things that they know and he doesn't know. As a civilian, you cannot expect everybody to know everything. Like, you can't know everything, dude. What are you talking about? Are you dumb?
is patronizing him and saying he caught a case he didn't need to get. And above all, he's still being manhandled and forced onto the hood of their patrol vehicle.
What's the guy name?
Is there someone here to stay here that looks like you? Think about it.
Hey, Jack. Yeah. That's what he's looking for.
Tell him. Who does he look a lot like?
I don't know.
He knows who it is.
xQcl.
Michael?
He is not Mike.
Okay, I know that now.
52 months August.
Yes! Really? They don't even look nothing alike? And then besides that, the picture that we got, they look exactly.
Oh, wow. I'm looking at that picture. I mean,
It's not far off. Okay, are we wrong?
For the record, this is the man they're looking for. It's difficult
Nah,
to draw even.
it's the same. I mean, shit. Yo, cop logic in this video. Well, he's black, so like, dude, I gotta be honest, chat. I mean, shit.
A single
Like,
similarity
with cop
in appearance,
logic,
but the cops apparently saw
I mean,
so
I
many
get
that
it.
they were comfortable with discharging a weapon at Patrick. Patrick was initially charged with obstruction and violating probation, and was fixed to lose his job and position at college. Thankfully, though, an internal investigation was launched into the 4 officers on the scene, and it was concluded that they didn't follow proper procedure. All 4 of the officers were suspended, and Patrick was awarded with a settlement of $100,000. But David Wiggins' story doesn't.
Should have been more. Honestly, dude, I'm gonna say it should have been more than that, dude. Dude, getting tased and shit. Because whenever they make a mistake, anything that happens after is all on them. The whole wazoo, right? Even if you're a civilian, you make a mistake. After the mistake, it doesn't matter because they made the initial mistake that fucks everything up, right? He got tased and shit, roughed up, embarrassed in front of people, bro. You can get him for way more money than that.
Have such a happy ending.
The fuck?
He was pulled over and forced out of his vehicle with not so much as a second thought from the police, but they failed to realize he too
It's a
was
lot,
the
but,
completely
I mean, dude.
wrong guy.
hands out the window. Take your right hand, open the door. Get on the ground. On the ground. Did you just run from me? Sir, okay? All right, put your hands behind your back.
David was put into cuffs and left on the ground at gunpoint after cops mistook him for a suspect. Apparently, the guy they were looking for had just fled them in a similar car with a similar license plate, and the cops pulled David over.
With a similar license plate? What does that even mean?
Just fled them in a similar car with a similar license plate, and the cops pulled David over assuming
Guys,
it was the same
what-
vehicle. It's an understandable mistake.
Guys, the whole point of a license plate is that there's no similar license plate. They're all unique.
But realistically, the cops
That's
should
the
have
whole
double-checked
point of
the
them.
plate as soon as they lost line of sight. Instead, they decided to wait until David was on the ground, handcuffed, and at gunpoint before even attempting to confirm he was their guy.
I was going home. I did not run, I swear.
Since you give me that tag.
Contact to a 2016 Dodge Challenger, last name Green. It's not a hammer. It's clear.
This ain't even him. Yeah, you good. Look, you're good. That's scary. You got almost the same tag, same car. He must have passed you going through. You good?
Wait,
All right. You have a good one, okay?
wait, it was XYU instead of XZU? Okay, well, that was actually really similar.
Sorry about that.
Wait a minute, hold on.
David was offered little other than an apology for the whole ordeal and was sent on his way after being correctly identified as the wrong
the
guy.
GT3
But that
RS
wasn't
in
enough for
racing
David,
yellow
and in
with
July
yellow
of
colours trust
2023
code
decided to file a lawsuit against the city of Marion, claiming gross negligence, civil assault, battery, and false imprisonment. In the complaint, David alleges that he was forced to endure 3 minutes handcuffed on the ground with a gun to his head, not knowing if the next second would be his last. He also notes that the apology was a mockery. As of this video's upload, the case is still ongoing. However, when this cop in Florida was faced with the same situation, he managed to show exactly how you should handle it.
I'm not trying to get shot over this. Do you really think we want to be out here killing people?
A deputy in Volusia County was looking for a burglar when he stumbled
do you really want
upon
me to answer
Joseph
this?
Griffin, a man who he said perfectly matched the description.
There is a burglary that happened. You kind of fit the description. Let me just make sure that you're not him, okay? All right. Okay. Can I see your ID? Yeah. You literally, they said white tank top, black shorts, and they said that you had a beard.
Chat, if it's in the area, chat, there's a bit of a radius, right? When there's a burglary alarm, there's a bit of a radius that gives them like a little bit of leeway when it comes down to fucking probable cause and whatnot. So this is still kind of fair if it's like white tank top, right, in the area. That would still pass though.
All right. So I'm not saying it's you, but it was a black male. Again, not saying it's you, buddy.
This cop is obviously aware of how difficult this very interaction can be, especially if it turns out he's not who he's looking for. So he approaches him politely and attempts to resolve the situation rather than escalate it.
Just bear with me, okay? Because you fit the description. I'm not saying you're guilty, but my sergeant's telling me to detain you. That's my sergeant.
got you. I just had a daughter born 2 days ago, so I just have this on live.
It's live?
I'm not
Do
trying
you mind setting it down here? Just for now, I'm gonna detain you. Look, you're not under arrest. I'm detaining you right now because you fit the description, okay? Just hang tight for me, okay, buddy?
Joseph respectfully informs the cop that he's live streaming the interaction for his own safety before being detained. He's also told that he's not under arrest and
Guys,
not being charged.
No, this is not any comment. This is not any comment. Listen. Why cuff? You could see how when you're a singular fucking unit with no backup, how this could escalate if it was him, with the probable cause that they have and the situation that they have, with what they have on hand, right? You could see how this could turn to a fucking nightmare in a singular second, dude. Detaining him removes all that off when they can deal with the things much faster. He can have more freedom and space to fucking check his check the information given, talk on the radio, do all that shit while he's detained, and then speedrun it.
With anything.
Otherwise, doing
They
it
just
at the same
don't want
time
to
is like
give
really
him the
hard.
Opportunity to run should he end up being the suspect.
We're not saying it's you, but you fit the description. That's why I'm detaining you. If it's not you, we're gonna cut you loose and you're free to go, okay? But I just want you to see through us why,
7 cop cars, so hey, everything going on is just a little bit scary.
Yep. This is it was a burglary. It's a burglary. It's serious. It's not a joke.
You got these guys that are getting ready to go home.
I think it's fine though.
So that's why you have so many.
The cops are doing their best to put Joseph at ease, but you can still imagine how stressful of a situation this would be. He's doing a good job at staying respectful and composed, but you can definitely still tell
Shut
he's
the fuck
on
up, dude.
edge.
7 cop cars is fine, dude. If it was an actual burglary, dude, if your house was burglared, some of your family was hurt, somebody was running out, you would like to have a lot of units that care about your shit, man.
We appreciate
The
you
fuck?
being very cooperative. Other people would just.
I'm not trying to get shot over this.
You ain't gonna get shot. Seriously, do you really think we want to be out here killing people? Do you honestly think that?
I'm a military police.
Like I said, brother, I've been in the same boat.
After just 10 minutes of waiting, they hear back from the witness who had just received a picture of Joseph.
So good news for you. The witness is saying that the clothes you're wearing and all that doesn't fit the description. It's called a show up. So we got a picture. Again, he's gonna run it through, make sure it's not you, and from what it looked like, buddy, you'll be out of here, okay?
A show-up is a method of identification where a witness is presented with a single suspect and simply asked if that's their guy. It's also worth mentioning that when looking for a suspect at large, police will only receive a quick rundown of the suspect's appearance. Adding extra details can create confusion and even cause cops to let the perpetrators go if they miss something small. This is why the description may seem vague and leads to false positives, just like this one is starting to look like.
What's your name, man?
Joseph.
Hey, man,
Bro, I've seen a video of the cops not doing their due diligence and some fucking escaped prisoner got away with that. Like that. Isn't that crazy?
just want to say thank
I'm not kidding. There's a video out there like that.
Good demeanor. We just got the picture.
Classic video.
I get why they went out with you for sure. Clearly not you, but the clothing description, everything matched. So obviously these guys didn't have that to deal with. They just had a description and he matched it.
He was jogging around, yeah.
I got the picture from the video surveillance and stuff. It was like, nah, that's not. That's why I told him, like, get him out of here. I appreciate you just putting understanding on that.
Just like that, Joseph was sent on his way back to his wife and daughter with no further action taken against anyone at the scene. Later that day, the suspect was found and arrested. Both cases in this video so far have involved fairly innocuous crimes, but that's all about to change in this next case, where a man is falsely accused of robbing a bank and shooting a man in the head.
You're not going to tell me how to talk, all right? You shut your fucking motherfucking mouth!
In the early hours of the 23rd of April, 2022, Grand Junction Police received a frightening phone call.
911, tell me what's the address of the emergency?
704 Horizon Drive. I heard gunshots outside on Horizon Drive within a minute ago.
How many did you hear?
Probably 4 or 5.
Later that morning, police received a second call from a nearby hospital, making them aware of a patient who had walked in on their own with a gunshot wound to the head. It was determined that he was injured on Horizon Drive, the same street the gunshots were heard on at 3 a.m. A few hours later, a man named Aaron headed to the gas station to stock up on supplies for a marksmanship event he was attending that day. Unfortunately for him, the gas station was too located on Horizon
It's pretty common
Drive.
people walk off with a headshot.
I went to a gas station this morning to grab some stuff, and they were saying there was a shooting at 3 o'clock in the morning. So they have traffic blocked going out on the 70. So
yeah, it's quite common. It's a good percentage. Guys, I told you guys last time. I watched a video about headshots a while back, and they had the stats with the headshots. It is decently common it's a good percentage. It's a good percentage.
Little did Aaron know traffic would be the least of his worries that day. After stopping at the gas station, he heads back to his hotel to charge his phone. On the way there, he misses an exit, so he uses his blinker to make a U-turn in front of the police blockade. He parks up for 5 minutes to charge his phone, waits for his friend to show up in his car, then stops at another gas station to wait for his other friends to turn up. It's at this point Aaron is approached by police.
Wait, you know what, chat? I actually wasn't listening. I was doing chat.
Waits for his friend to show up in his car. Stopping at the gas station, he heads back to his hotel to charge his phone. On the way there, he misses an exit, so he uses his blinker to make a U-turn in front of the police blockade. He parks up for 5 minutes to charge his phone, waits for his friend to show up in his car, then stops at another gas station to wait for his other friends to turn up. It's at this point Aaron is approached by police.
Can I help you?
Yeah. Would you mind rolling down your window real quick?
Well, I mean, that didn't sus. I mean,
I need you to identify yourself.
No, why?
Because
Alright.
you're leaving the area.
Hold on.
Where a shooting occurred. Okay, well, can you please roll down your window more so I can talk to you?
No. What do you need?
All right, well, I need to identify you.
No, you do not.
My name is Officer Posadas with the Grand Junction Police Department. And this is my corporal right here. This is Corporal Church as well.
Okay.
All right, so I need you to identify yourself.
No, that's not how it works. I have rights as an American citizen, right?
What Aaron is saying is completely true, and he is well within his rights to refuse to identify himself. However, that doesn't necessarily mean it's always the best idea. Regardless, in this situation, Aaron clearly wishes to exercise this right, to which the cop isn't best pleased. This is when things start to escalate quickly.
You do not have articulable suspicion that I've done anything.
I actually do.
What crime do you suspect me of committing?
Possible attempted homicide.
You suspect me, actual me, of committing possible attempted homicide.
Well, your cooperative behavior right now does not help your cause.
No, I've done absolutely nothing. I pulled into a gas station because my friends are here. Because we're going to
keep an eye, they're associated.
Yeah.
At this point, Corporal
he had that covered, not articulate that properly at all.
Church heads over to Aaron's friends, where he discovers that his name is indeed Aaron, and that it matches up with the registration on the vehicle. Meanwhile, Officer Posadas attempts to shed a little more light on why Aaron is being highlighted as a suspect.
Right, exactly.
You're leaving the area of a crime.
Exactly.
With a similar colored vehicle, similar nature to the description.
What description of that vehicle did you get?
I got a darkened colored sedan. 2 people also stated that one of the suspects may be of African American descent.
With this information, you can see how a cop would suspect Aaron.
Bro, a dark colored sedan, bro, that's like 80% of vehicles.
The black male in a similar vehicle. But things start to get much stranger as you dive deeper. In the official report, it was determined there were actually 2 suspects, one white and one black. And a more detailed report of the vehicle describes a car more similar to the one that Aaron's friends are driving. It seems as though the cops are ignoring every sign and targeting Aaron for no reason. Something that only becomes more obvious as they allow his friends to leave, but keep Aaron at the scene.
My buddies that just left.
Well, they left them.
But you aren't fucking stopping them and questioning them.
Okay, well, I'm sorry.
Nope.
Sorry that you
shut
feel
your
that way.
fucking mouth. I don't want to fucking talk.
You're not going to tell me how to talk, all right?
You shut your fucking motherfucking mouth.
Corporal, come up here. It's not working.
I mean, okay, well, this guy, you know, he's well within his rights to be hostile. The only thing is that I think sometimes yelling can be seen as a sign of escalation. Otherwise, if you say that calmly, you're good. Yeah, that's freedom of speech, yo. You can say that if you want, as much as you want to.
He's currently recording on his phone, but he's highly uncooperative with me, screaming and yelling at me. Told him that his vehicle matches the description, gave him.
Not true. Yeah, it is true. That is true.
He's very upset right now. Why are you not cooperative?
Because I don't have to be cooperative with your investigation.
Well, you have to ID yourself.
No, I do not. Tell me why I have to
35 months. Well, call it a state law station.
I want you to explain why I, me as a person, have to ID to you.
Call it a state law station.
The cops continue to ask for Aaron's name despite having already been told by his friends and realizing it matches up with the name on the vehicle. But perhaps the funniest part of this entire interaction is what happens when Aaron instead asks for the sergeant's name.
What's your name and your badge number? What's your name and your badge number?
Well, I'm not going to give that to you.
You have to.
No.
Yes, you do.
No.
You are a public servant.
Yeah, I mean, yes, yeah.
You also have to give me your name.
No, I do not.
Okay. So you wanted me to explain to you why I'm asking for for you to identify yourself.
Yes.
Because we had an incident happen here.
Wait, hold on. First, please give me your name.
Bro, maybe cops should go through like a fucking ego like class or something like that, right? Where they're told like sometimes like your ego's gonna hurt because people are gonna be right and you're just gonna have to take the hit. That's it. Literally. Sometimes you're gonna have to be the bitch. It is what it is. I mean, when you're a public servant, it's what it is. You have to be the bitch ass. But sometimes they never let go, man.
Right now.
What do you mean?
I'm never the bitch ass. I'm Chad Lord.
So, I'm telling you.
It's important to note that the Grand Junction Police Department require police officers to identify themselves upon request.
Yeah, of course.
But the sergeant later claimed he simply forgot. Aaron was never made aware of why they targeted him so directly at the scene. But in the official police report, the cops say that the reason they suspected Aaron was because of the U-turn he made. Remember, he simply missed his exit to the hotel, and there the road ahead of him was closed, leaving him with nowhere else to go. They also alleged that he didn't use a...
Bro, he forgot. What is the stupid answer, brother? Imagine if you could fucking buzz down people's doors and not identify yourself as a police officer, and you, bro, then people just fucking shoot at everybody, man. Like imagine if somebody was good to buzz down your door and not say a word. Like, dude.
Turn signal for the maneuver, something that can easily
be
disproved by listening to Aaron's cam footage.
You have to say you're police, man.
Shout out the Barrow Massive.
As you'd expect, an internal affairs investigation was launched into the officers at the scene, and it was conducted that there was no wrongdoing, and the cops conducted themselves perfectly. Aaron has since launched his own lawsuit against the Grand Junction Police Department, but as of this video's upload, the investigation is still ongoing. Check out Aaron's channel linked below for updates on the situation.
Interesting.
The Trump organization...
That's gonna be a fucky lawsuit. I mean, dude, let's be honest. If they don't have like a big social media pressure or like outrage, I mean, they could just fucking slide it and then nobody gives a fuck and it's just gonna go on the rug. It is what it is.
Cops.
Guys, I just watched 1/2 second of a fucking legal eagle video. Watch out.